Brandon Quick here for TexasMMA.com, trying to show you guys a little bit of a breakdown for Royler Gracie and Eddie Bravo Part 2. I'm going to talk about some things that Eddie was doing, some things that Royler was doing, and things that could have been done, and some goals that they were trying to accomplish and what the battle was about. Levi is going to play Eddie Bravo's part in the beginning, and I'll play Royler's part, okay? Eddie basically shoots in for a drop pulls guard, and he doesn't have lockdown yet. He's only got the ankle, so he's got quarter guard, okay? And Royler sometimes has his knee in his gut, and sometimes has the knee in the ground. But for a lot of the fight, it's a double knee through, and they're pummeling right here. They're trying to pummel and get this underhook. Eddie wants his underhook, Royler wants his on top, okay? So this knee position is what's happening. The leg is not all the way through into the lockdown, right? As you can see, I'm only in quarter guard. The leg is not all the way through into the lockdown until about 7 minutes in, 6.5 minutes in. They're sitting here fighting in this position. So when Eddie does actually get, Royler does actually get the underhook, okay, and he's got the cross face here, Royler, you'll notice, is up on this left foot the entire time. Eddie may be trying to play with an overhook over here, but he's definitely using his hand the entire time. Now, why is he using this hand? One, because he can trap my arm with this overhook, he can torque my legs with this, and then he starts to push my leg over and twist me over and land into a half guard sweep. So that's an option that Eddie has. Royler knows it, but this is a classic pass that Royler's doing. He's used to this. What's Royler trying to do here? He could be trying to cut this knee through, kick out, and pass the guard. Okay, that's one option he could be doing. He could also be trying to drive this into three-quarter mount and drive over and start to finish the pass from here. He never got there, though. He stayed here and had this underhook and cross face and driving his shoulder in real good and just driving into Eddie the whole time. So this leg, now I can't kick off right here. Okay? So he's making sure Eddie's making sure I can't do anything with this top leg. I'm not kicking off, I'm not sliding my leg out. Something that would have been great, well, we'll get to that later. But so this is what the battle is right here. Okay? This is what the battle is that they're doing on top. Let me show you a little bit of something that Eddie's trying. You probably didn't see all of it real quick in the video, but when he's got the quarter guard here, right, he's here and it's through. Notice also my foot is on top of his calf, right? It's not like I'm pinching my knees. That is different than, go back in the half guard, back in the half guard. That is different than being here and he comes through, right? And now see my foot's over his ankle. This is entirely different here. So I have his ankle trap. This makes it a lot different. Nevertheless, as Royler's on top of him, something that Eddie's doing is with this feet side that you'll be able to see eventually, sometimes in the video, is he has this hook right here. He turns it into a hook. He's able to elongate the leg with it, you see? So I can push his leg and go from here to this hook, and I elongate his leg so that I can put it into the lockdown. Hey, everyone starts screaming about halfway through. So my outside leg is in, my inside leg is underneath the other one, and now I can stretch. So now I'm here. Let's go back again. So we're over here. He's got his knee up like this. He's got his underhook and crossface. He's not doing anything about this arm. Remember that later, okay? So he's letting Eddie dominate this grip right here. Okay, sometimes even in the first 2003 match, Eddie would get here. You know, but Royler may have stuck with this pass because it worked for him in 2003. So I get to the stomp right here, right? I pull him back into half guard. Now I've got him out. He's on the back. He uses the jaws of life. He starts to get underneath his forearm. He creates a little bit of a space. Boom. Now he gets underneath and he gets his underhook. He's going to use his forearms. He's going to whip up to the side. He starts getting into the double underhook position. But in reality, what he was allowing Eddie to do was get underneath his leg. So as he started to get underneath his leg, he rotates him over, keeping the lockdown, and extends him. Stay in your hands for me. And extends him. So like X guard, you want to hold the kneecap. Okay? What I like to do personally, though, the way I taught it was I push on the armpit. Because Levi's always trying to push back into me on his hands and get back to half guard, right? So when I get the roll here, I want it now come back into me. See how that stiff arm works? Extend your lockdown. I can come up on my hand. Now, my elbow. I can come up on my hand for the sweep, but when I'm on my elbow, I have control of the thigh right here. So when I'm on my elbow, look, connect my hands. Now I'm going to extend my legs. I'm locking up that lockdown, and I'm biting real hard with the knee, and the hands on the knee, and then I'm going to turn belly down, and hopefully get an electric chair submission. So he's trying right here, but Eddie was on his shoulder too. Okay, so you know, it just depends on the person you're fighting. So I'm up here. Let's talk about the sweep. Now, whether I come up or he turns over to accept it, I'm holding on to this leg. I start to get up in base here. I still have the lockdown. I'm gonna come head and arm control, gable grip. Now I can pass my right, and now I'm here inside control. And eventually he let go and got the underhook. Let's do it again from this angle. So, yeah, we don't have to start from there, okay? Just a regular electric chair. Outside leg in, okay? And I go underneath. I roll and extend my lockdown. I roll, extending my lockdown, pushing away. Now I'm able to start to build a base, stretch. So I'm stretching this real good, right? Gable grip, stretch, boom. Or I can build base, come up, head and arm control. Okay, put your right arm out a little bit, there you go. I'm gonna pass my right leg, and now I'm here. And now I can let go, and come here. So electric chair sweep right into the cradle, pass. Now, there was another sweep where he gets into stoner control. So I get into half guard, I get my electric chair sweep going, and he's a super fight right here. He's being real hard, so I'm gonna pass my arm underneath, okay? Now here's a mistake that a lot of people make. They make this arm go away. I wanna keep this arm here and pass this arm underneath, so I'm like this. Now I can come under, watch how I secure it with my left elbow. See that? I got arm triangles right here, calf slicers, which I'll show you in a second, but also building my base, coming up, and then this is where they got into this position, and then Royler didn't want to reset back into this position, but they eventually did. Again, notice, I've still got the lockdown here. I finagle my legs free, pass into side control. Let's go over the vaporizer. The vaporizer is what you saw in the last few seconds of the match. Not few seconds, sorry, few minutes. It was like 5 minutes he was stuck in this calf slicer. It's crazy. It's probably one of the most painful calf slicers there is. I have no idea how Royler stayed on that long except for his grip, dude. That was awesome. So I'm here, I rotate, I'm starting to extend them out. Now another thing that can happen is when that leg comes over my head, he comes up to me, come up, and then you can just sweep him right back this way and you're on top. That's the other version. Now I can free my leg and I'm passing into side control. So it doesn't matter if you pass and come up and build base, or if you pass the leg over and he comes up into you, just roll him right back over. Another arm triangle option from the stoner control. Well, no, we'll break down the video more, okay? So I'm here, I rotate, right, I'm here, pass this over, and secure it. I like to secure it like that. Okay, so, we've got to turn. Good. So, now we're here, all right? He comes up into the sweep, angles back, connects into this calf slicer right here. First starts going here, starts stomping. This is real, I don't even have to pull real hard. And Levi's tapping there, okay? But they were stuck here for a long time. Levi can't even take the pain, but Eddie had Royler's foot in his armpit. You know, he was foot locking him. It was real nasty. So he's here. Now, Royler was able to grab Eddie's pants, so Eddie's pants screwed him for the first time over here. He grabbed his pants and was pulling his leg so that he couldn't stomp on the leg. Because I either want to be triangle or stomping. Alright? But he's pulling his leg to defend that. Okay. Let's go one more time. So I can go for it right here. It's a normal spot that it happens. When we start in this position, Royler's on his back. Eddie passes his hands towards his feet, goes for it, shoulder rolls into it. There we go, and that's where the match ends after 5 minutes. The vaporizer from stoner control. Okay, so some things that Royler could have done. If you watch a couple of my other YouTubes earlier, I talked about near side underhooks and passing the half guard and whatnot. In the beginning, right from the beginning, he should have dealt with his hand. Okay? Whether he was here and slid through and kicked off, whatever the case may be, this hand's preventing me from kicking off. He can also get me swept. Okay? I know he has the underhook, but another great thing that he could have done is on a tripod pass. Everything would have been killed if he stuck his head here and either got an underhook, there would be, and he has a quarter guard. He never had lockdown at this point. Now he could kick off freely and pass into side control. Now he could do that with a double underhook, but he can also do it just by passing his head over. If he had double underhooks by itself, that's even better. But if he has his head over here, just by passing his head over, that's going to make everything change. Now notice I'm pushing his head away with that. Now I can deal with his arm in any fashion that I want for the tripod pass. I can grab his wrist and put it out here. I can hold it like Kessie Gatame, slide through and try and kick. Or I can double underhook it, and I'm here, and I can still slide through. If I need to, I kick off, and I'm here. That way there's no twist back plan B type. He's not going to rotate me over at all. That would have been good for Royler to try and change his half guard pass. How to pass the lockdown. Let's show 3 simple ways to pass the lockdown real quick, okay? Let's talk about the footwork here. So he's got my feet, and he's got me locked down. Don't worry about underhooks or overhooks yet. I just want to explain the footwork. He's stretching real good, right? So I lift his legs up by just naturally lifting mine up a little bit, and I put my foot underneath his. When I lift that up, I'm able to freely now pass my foot out of the way. Now I'm here. Again, whether he's underhooked or not, he's stretching me out. I'm trying to hook, rotate, and slide. Now I can start to fight into quarter guard and that kind of good stuff. One more time. Stretching the lockdown. Maybe I'm here. Lift. Put my heels underneath his heels. Rotate. I'm starting to tap. That's one version. Another version is just retreating. So say he has me locked down here and I'm able to retreat. Right? Maybe I'm able to toes down so that I can curl up, pushing on the hips. And I'll walk my foot close to him. I'm in this type of position. I can actually push his knees down and make him tap. Right? Or I can get to cutting easier because he's not able to hold on really. Watch one more time. Knock down. Stretches me out. I'm able to post the arm, post the hips. A lot of guys try and lift their knee up. It gets difficult. I bring my knee forward. I walk my foot forward. See that? Lifting up is difficult. Bringing it forward and getting my foot right next to his butt. This is what's easier. To bring it forward like that. Now I'm on my toes, you see? I'm on my toes down here. One more time. Now I'm here. I can push, you can tap, or I'm able to cut through easier now. I can point my toe, slide my hip right on in. Last but not least is if I'm all the way into his game and he starts to do the whip up. And when he whips up, I'm able to switch my side, go to cross face passing, traditional turning in passes, and start to cut and turn in. Let's do it from the other side. So as he lifts me up, I'm up in the air, my knee passes through, I'm going to rotate and land on this side. I'm going to have the cross face with this arm. My concentration so he doesn't turn all the way in is his knee. And start to turn him flat on his back. Now I can use my foot to pull out. Now I'm here. Whether I want to switch my knee and come to side control, or I like to switch my knee into the knee on belly because I have a cross face, I got a real deep head grab. It's horrible. Okay? Let's run it through one more time. Let me do the electric chair, all that good stuff. Recap. What time are we at?
13 minutes.
Okay, here we go. Let's go back to the mini stomp. Got your knee up, quarter guard. Boom. So I'm here. I get my foot inside, right? I'm in half guard. I get the underhook. There you go, cross face. There you go. So I get my foot right here. No. Let's go back to half guard. Good. So now pass your foot through. Now like this. Yeah. So now I got that foot. My leg is over his ankle. That's the key. Not like this. Not like this. Not pinching with my knees. That's different. Go back. Half guard. Back to half guard. Then he pops through. My knee's over his shin. So I'm here. Now I can go under his shin and pull it out. Switch to the lockdown. Jaws up like, I'm getting underneath. I got my underhooks. Now I can get underneath. Now I'm here. I'm rolling. Roll. Electric chair. I'm up making base. I can stiff arm him if I want. We need to turn. All right. So I'm here. And I start to roll. I'm pushing. Extending my lockdown. Gable grip, stretch. Or I push, and I build my base. Head and arm, pass. Let's do this arm control one again. Well, let's come back. Do the lockdown first. I'm used to not doing it without the lockdown now. All right, so I'm here, I got the lockdown. Now I can roll. That leg passes over, and elbows in tight. I can come up, and I can either pass the side control, or I can shoulder roll off, grab that ankle, get the calf size. One last thing that Eddie tried to do, but it failed, was from side control. On your head here. He was in side control, and Royler starts to bail. Eddie sticks his hook in, right? He's in here like this with his hook. Come back. So as he starts to go over like this, as he comes over, he's got this arm hooked. He keeps going over, he gets his foot to the inside. And an old video that I have on Submissions 101 is called the hardcore twister. So he's trying to do this neck crank right here to take his back, okay? But doesn't quite work out. Royler postures up, loses it. Eddie ends up on bottom half guard. He was trying to take his back that way though, okay? And what Royler should have done is a recap. Come back, not should have done, but could have done. He was doing a great job. He was past his guard like that in 2003, so you can understand his knee was through. He could have switched his head, dealt with the underhook, and been free of it. He would have been totally free of it. A little bit of breakdown for you guys. Hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you. Thank you, Levi.